12 actors destroyed by drugs. Since Charlie Chaplin, Hollywood has had access to mood-altering drugs. However, why do celebrities utilize drugs? Although not all actors use drugs, many do due to their high pay and demanding careers. Drug use can lead to blacklisting by studios, directors, and other actors. The vicious cycle of substance abuse has killed many famous addicts. Despite this, many celebrities have found sobriety and tranquility. Number 12. Lindsay Lohan. There are numerous accounts of drug usage and celebrity during youth, and Lindsay Lohan's history is one of those various accounts. The star of The Parent Trap struggled with alcoholism, drug abuse, and driving under the influence accusations. She made numerous attempts at rehabilitation during her life. She moved to Los Angeles by herself at the age of 18, without any support, after Mean Girls established her as a household name. She was moving to Los Angeles by herself. It wasn't long before she became well known in this area for her drug-addled and partying lifestyle. Following her DUI conviction, Lohan began attending 12-step meetings when she was 21 years old. During these meetings, she discussed how alcohol served as a gateway drug to other substances, such as cocaine. Since that time, she has made a comeback, and in 2022, she will be seen in an original film produced by Netflix. She attributes her better lifestyle to cultivating a passion for cooking and meditation. Number 11. River Phoenix. River Phoenix, who was a promising actor who was known for his highly praised performances in the 1980s and 1990s, shocked everyone in 1993 when he overdosed on heroin. He was popular for his performances over those decades. John Frusciante, a musician and close friend of Phoenix, stated that the two of them went on a multi-day cocaine and heroin binge right before Phoenix passed away. This was even though the actor had no history of addiction in the past. His experience demonstrates that the use of these drugs for recreational purposes commonly will result in deadly consequences. Number 10. Heath Ledger. The death of actor Heath Ledger occurred in 2008 as a result of a potentially lethal combination of 6 different prescription medicines. A posthumous Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor was presented to him in 2009 for his performance in The Dark Knight, for which he had been nominated. He passed unexpectedly shortly after the film's release. While the actor admitted that the role had become a burden in his life, he also admitted that he had begun taking sleeping pills, anti-anxiety medication, and painkillers to deal with the persistent stress and insomnia that he found himself experiencing. The story told by Ledger sheds light on the dangers that are typically connected with stress and the role that stress plays in the development of substance use disorders. Number 9. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin's rise to fame coincided with the beginning of his spiral into addiction, which began when he was only 11 years old. He is best known for his role as the protagonist in the film Home Alone, although he struggled with family and legal issues from a young age. At the age of 15, Culkin formally accomplished the process of emancipation by removing his parents from their role as his legal guardians. After that, in 2004, he was arrested for carrying marijuana as well as Xanax at that period. After a full recovery, Culkin has started a family and maintained a thriving independent acting career. He has also made a full recovery. Number 8. The late Corey Feldman. From the time he was able to walk, Corey Feldman was propelled into the public eye. He went on to make appearances in several films that grossed a lot of money in the 1980s before he even reached the age of the majority of adults. Beginning when he was a teenager, the actor struggled with a heroin addiction. Likely his early celebrity, subsequent neglect, and mistreatment as a youngster were all factors that contributed to his addiction. Even though he quit drinking and drugs in 1995, his career never really recovered after that. The present objectives he has set for himself are to aid individuals who are going through similar struggles and to bring attention to the issue of child abuse in the entertainment industry. Number 7. Philip Seymour Hoffman. A nominee for the Oscar, one of the many heartbreaking stories about celebrities who have struggled with addiction is the one of Philip Seymour Hoffman. In his early 20s, the actor who played Capote turned to alcohol and heroin as a means of self-medicating before he checked himself into a treatment facility at the age of 21. After 20 years of abstinence, he experienced a relapse in 2014 and ultimately passed away as a result of compounded drug intoxication. He was able to demonstrate that rehabilitation is an ongoing process by pointing out many stresses that probably led to his recurrence. His spouse pointed out these pressures. Number 6. Robert Downey Jr. Substance abuse disorder has been a struggle for Johnny Depp, who has been in a great number of films over the last few decades. According to the actor, he began smoking at the age of 11 as a means of adapting to the challenges he had during his childhood. Shortly after that, he began experimenting with various substances. It was just divulged by his therapist that he has been struggling with opioids, stimulants, and benzodiazepines, all of which are prescribed medications that, when overused, can be fatal. Depp has been receiving treatment from a trained specialist ever since he became aware of his addiction. Number 5. Marilyn Monroe. The rise to fame of Marilyn Monroe was quickly followed by the development of an addiction involving her. She was unable to work as a result of the public attention and invasion of privacy, which, according to her acquaintances, led her addiction to deepen. This, in turn, made her anxiety and grief even more severe. In 1962, she took an excessive amount of barbiturates, which most likely led to her death by suicide. This tragic event brought an end to her accomplished career. The experience of Marilyn Monroe exemplifies how co-occurring disorders and the culture around celebrities are frequently the root cause of addictions. Number 4. Kirsten Dunst. Even though Kirsten Dunst is most known for her role in the Spider-Man film series, she struggled with addiction when she was in her 20s. In 2008, the actress admitted that she was depressed and that she was the primary reason for her substance misuse. She checked herself into a treatment facility. Ecstasy and alcohol were being used by her as a means of coping with the pain and anger she was experiencing as a result of the recent breakup she had with her lover. Dunst has recovered from her addiction and depression after receiving treatment for both of these conditions. Number 3. Matthew Perry. From the years 1994 to 2004, Matthew Perry was a fan favorite due to his role in the popular comedy series Friends. The general public, on the other hand, was unaware that he was simultaneously battling an addiction to alcohol and prescription medicines behind the scenes. Following an injury that occurred on a boat, the actor asserts that he became hooked on painkillers after acquiring a prescription for them through the medical system. Even though he has undergone various surgeries, had near-death experiences, and made numerous attempts at recovery throughout the years, Perry continues to struggle with his addiction to this day. His perspective is that helping other people is an essential first step on the path to his rehabilitation. Number 2. John Elton. In recent years, the singer and composer Elton John has been open and honest about his struggle with alcohol and drugs that spanned almost 20 years. Through the use of narcotics as a means of coping with the pressures that come with being a celebrity, he has said that he let himself become caught up in a vicious cycle. Upon becoming aware of the damage that narcotics were inflicting on both his health and his employment, he was able to seek the assistance of a professional. His current objective is to encourage individuals to make recovery a top priority and to seek the required medical attention during this time. According to him, he believes that he would not be sober now if he hadn't taken a year off to commit to a recovery program. He made this statement in an interview that took place in 2019. He emphasized the importance of healing and taking care of oneself. Number 1. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis, who won an Academy Award and starred in the film Halloween, recently discussed her struggle with substance abuse that lasted for 10 years. She explains how her drug use problem caused her family to descend from generation to generation, as well as how she took prescription opiates while concealing her addiction for several years. It is important to remember that addiction is a condition that frequently runs in families, and just like other genetic disorders, the likelihood of getting it increases with proximity to the disorder. Her experience serves as a reminder of this fact. In the year 1999, Curtis's life was radically changed when she went to a rehabilitation program and confessed to members of her family about her struggles. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.